Do you know, I was thinking a couple of weeks ago about this. Is it being coached out of players now? You know, there's that much coaching going on.
Well, there ain't many left, are
number
there?
10, number 8, number 6. Like, you move there, you move there. Whereas these players, you couldn't tell them what to do. They would just say, you just put them on the pitch and say, go on, make things happen. And
well, the Maverick was always a player that wasn't necessarily the player that run around the most, but was the player that could win the game for you.
Yeah.
I just don't know if that player exists anymore because you can't not run around. You have to press and you have to run and you have to defend and you know, like you'd say Phil Foden's a bit of a Maverick still, but you know he plays. Maddison is probably one of the 10s that you'd say is that guy, but there ain't many. Is there? You know, like the real Mavericks from back in the day. Like one always stands out. Raphael van der Vaart for me was a proper Maverick. You know, I remember playing with him a few times, and wasn't the fittest lad, but just made things happen. Just get the ball to him, and he'll make it happen.
Well, this could be good because Di Canio's obviously been thrown in. Eric Cantona is an obvious one. They're actual Mavericks. So it's not a number 10. It's someone who just played off the cuff. Yeah. And you never knew if they were going to turn up for training or not.
That's what Grealish was, wasn't he? Aston Villa, he was just play him anywhere and get him the ball and he'd just make things happen. In Man City's team, I think he's a bit robotic now, isn't he? It's all about keeping the ball, moving it, come out, go the other side, come out, move it and get into areas. You know, but at Aston Villa, his game was just make it happen. Give it to Grealish and he'll do something with it.
Most of his job right now is to keep the opposition's right back as far away from the centre-backs as possible. So if you creep in, Jack, I'll bring you off.
Yeah.
If you start creeping in, even if you don't touch the ball, you're doing a good job, he'll be saying to him. Yeah. You occupy the right back, keep him away from Haaland, so he can make runs down the sides, and that's probably Jack Grealish's job.
He probably gets, hardly less touches, would you say, at Man City, even though they have the ball all the time? But when he was at Aston Villa, he had the ball all the time.
Well, the higher up you go, most teams play 1 and 2 touch, and they shift the ball. They get it. The ball moves faster than anybody, so they would get the ball from one side of the pitch to the other. You watch all the top teams; they move the ball quicker than you can run. Yeah. And if you start dribbling with the ball, you are the dribbling fool in the dressing room. Like nobody. First, when I went to Liverpool, Ronnie Moran said, "Stop running with the ball. What are you doing? Just pass and move. We've got great players here. Just pass it to one of them and move. They'll get you in. You get on the end of the move." Yeah. If you dribble with it, well, then I realised there's always a couple of players who, when you get to Liverpool, you learn how to play football. I learned how to play football. I thought I knew before I got there. Yeah. Until I realised the way everybody else played. Even John Barnes played 2 touch at times. Yeah. You know, like for 2 games, he's just 2 touch, 1 touch. And then all of a sudden, you'd see him beat 5 men. He was allowed to dribble in the last third. You know, you're allowed to go at someone. Yeah. But if you were running with the ball across the pitch, Steve McManaman, when he was young, Ronnie Moran used to hammer him. Pass the ball. What are you doing? Pass the ball. It's not Sunday League. But like non-stop, they're shouting at you. Roy Evans. Yeah. And I believe that's the same. Fergie was the same at Man United at the time. The higher up you go, the less touches they have. Yeah. Until the last third. Yeah. Do what you want round the box to get a shot in or cross. Yeah. Who was the Maverick that you played with? I played with João Pinto at Benfica. Remember João Pinto? João Pinto, yeah. It was me and Nuno Gomes up the front, and João Pinto played behind us.
It don't sound right, Dean Saunders playing with João Pinto.
Why?
You just don't.
Well, do you know what, though? He was the best I've ever seen at tripping himself up. Unbelievable. I used to argue with the referee. It was like a blatant penalty, right? He'd get the ball every game. Yeah. He'd get the ball just on the edge of the opposition's box, and he'd creep in beyond the line or just in the box and scythe. And I used to go, "That's a pen." And the referee would go, "Play on." And I'd go, "Ref, how have you not given that?" And then when I went home at night, and I was in bed watching the highlights, he tripped himself up. It's unbelievable. He was a great player, mine. Yeah? Yeah. He was like Nuno Gomes was a bit like Haaland, his movement. Yeah. You know, thread him in down the sides. Yeah. His runs were like lethal from through balls, and João Pinto used to play me and him in. Yeah, yeah. But who else have I played with? John Barnes wasn't a Maverick, was he? He was a great player, but He's the best player I've ever played with, John Barnes.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was he? I mean, some like his highlights are just ridiculous.
Yeah, but the more players that were around him, the more comfortable he was. I used to watch him in training and think, how have you got out of that situation there? He used to use the attempted challenges to get out of a situation. He was like, brilliant.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.